Hey guys, how are you? Hope everyone is doing great on this very nice day. Um, hope you enjoy and like these live streams because I'm always going to be giving you these daily updates on what exactly I feel or think the Euro USD market is going to go. So definitely, I always try and help call out the move as it's going to happen on that particular day. If you were on the live stream yesterday, you definitely remember that I actually called out that level that was on the order block, and exactly that's where the market turned from. So if you missed that live stream, you can always go back you can go back to that yesterday's live stream to basically check out what exactly I said about the Euro USD movement for yesterday. But of course, today is another day. It is a new day, and I'm definitely excited to be sharing with you guys exactly what I think this market or the Euro USD market is actually going to go for this particular day. So if you're ready, I am ready, and definitely strap yourself as we get into this. And if you are new here, definitely this is Dominate Online, and the presenter, or basically the person you're seeing right on your screen, this is Gani, and I've actually been doing this for quite some time now. I've been on this platform for quite some time. It's roughly about 5 years now, and I must say it's been an amazing journey. Um, so let's get into this. Let's basically get into the charts. Let me try and show you exactly what I'll be looking at for this particular day to basically share with you my opinion. What I usually share is exactly the turning point where I feel there is a strong conviction on my side on where exactly the market is going to turn from to basically move in the other way. So that's exactly why you're here. That's the reason why I make these live streams, because with my strategy, it actually aligns with this opinion that I'm always going to be sharing on these live streams. So with my strategy, it's actually a 50% win rate strategy, which basically means out of every 10 trades, you'll actually have about 5 trades correct. So, you know, with trading or any type of trading, which is maybe you could be trading the forex market, you could be trading stocks, you could be trading crypto, whichever way you actually trade, it always deals with probabilities. So here we're looking at probabilities, and as I've actually told you, my win rate is actually a 50% win rate. So basically, you might win some and lose some. So be ready for that. Don't think it's all going to be a walk in the park. That's not how it is with trading. You must be ready to take in some losses sometimes and win sometimes, because that's how the game is. So do not put on a trade and say, this must be a winner. That's not how it works. Here we deal with the game of probabilities. So you're going to win on some trades and lose on some trades, depending on what your win rate or what your edge is in the market. So basically, this is it. And without further ado, let's get into the charts. Let me show you exactly what I'll be looking at for this particular day. So let me try and share my screen. Let me share my screen. Just in a moment, I'll be sharing my screen right with you guys so that you get to see exactly what I'll be looking at. So, okay. Hope you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing. So this is our day. You can see right here in my country. This was midnight. So this was midnight. Then as time went on, and right now, as we speak right now, we are in that candle. This is the hourly time frame, and the candle currently on is the 8 a.m. candle, which if you're in, let's say in the US Eastern Standard Time, this would be roughly around 1 a.m. in the morning. So basically, this is the time I always prefer calling out the move for the day. So as you can see right here, this is what we're looking at. So this is basically our, let me remove this so that this does not confuse you. So this is what we have right here. So what I'll be looking at for today is basically for price, or maybe if you're new here and you don't exactly what I actually trade, I trade the daily candle. And if you know the daily candle very well, or if you've ever looked at its characteristics, it is basically the fact that it opens, then has a low, a high, and then lastly a close. So this always happens on a very daily basis. So if you are keen, so basically when price opens for the day, usually it goes into an area of interest of the previous day. And then once it has tapped into that area of interest, then it turns the other way. So most of the times price does this, and this is where I base my strategy actually. And as I've told you, this works at least 50% of the time. So what I'll be looking at today is basically for price to actually come. So you can see this is the previous day, which was the 9th of July. So basically, I'm trying to see that price actually comes, takes out this particular order block right here, because, you know, there are so many stops resting above this high that was created yesterday. So basically, I expect price to come, take out this particular price that was here. So that all the other blocks that are resting above here, they are taken out. So basically, this is what I'm looking at. So once price takes out this particular order block, then I will expect price to actually start moving in this opposite direction. So this is basically what I'm trying to say. So I expect price to come, you know, take out the stops that are resting above here, and then it continues in this way. And if this does not happen, because with this type of trading, you're basically reacting off levels, then the other thing I would expect the market to do, if this does not happen, the other thing it would ideally do is basically come. You see, during this Asian session that we are currently in, price created this low for the Asian session. So I expect price to actually come, just take out this low for the Asian session, not necessarily the low for the previous day, but I would expect price to just take out, it comes, takes out this low of the Asian session. So once it has taken out this particular level, let me see. Okay, so once price has taken out this particular level right here, which is roughly at around 1.08107. So once it has taken out this particular level, then I expect price to basically, reverse in the other direction. So this is something I expect price to do. So this is my outlook for today. So basically, this is how I expect this to play out. But this is a game of probabilities. This might happen or this might not happen. So do not take this as the holy grail, thinking this must happen. Let me over leverage. Let me put all my eggs in one basket. This must play out. That's not how trading works. We deal with a game of probabilities. So it might play out, it might not play out. But as I've told you, 50% of the times this works out. And maybe if you didn't know, with my strategy, it actually gives you a 1 to 3, but sometimes I squeeze it to a 1 to 4, which basically is a very good risk to reward to basically enable you stay profitable in the market. So even when you take 5 losses in a row and then take 5 wins next, then obviously you're going to be immensely in profit. So this is what you should be looking at. You should be looking at the long-term goal. Do not look at that one trade that you're putting on and say, this must be a winner. Or if you lose actually that trade and then, lose all the hope. This is a game of probabilities. Once you have an edge, you know that your edge is going to play out over a long period of time. So don't think that particular trade that you're putting on is exactly what must get you that win. No, that's not how it works. Once you put on a trade, then if it is a win or loss, it is okay. Look or evaluate yourself after maybe 10 trades, after 20 trades. This is how you should be evaluating your strategy to basically confirm that, yes, it actually works or does not work. And then away from that, you should try and as much as possible to actually eliminate execution errors. For example, instead of placing a buy, you might place a sell. So that's already an error. You should eliminate such errors, or entering at wrong points. So as I've just said, I expect the market to turn from around here. And usually what enables me enter from here is basically once price has taken out this particular level, I start looking at certain things to happen in the market. So once it has taken out this level for me, what I found to be working for me is an inversion fair value gap. So once it has taken out this level and price inverses fair value gap, then I look to take my trade from that very moment. So that's exactly how I take my trades. Don't try and jump the gun, enter before your setup real forms. Do not do that. Don't assume for the market. React to what you've seen the market already doing. So once it has done something that you have been expecting, then that is when you react and actually make that entry. Do not try to jump the gun and, enter before your setup really actually forms. So these are some of the execution errors you should be eliminating from your trading for you to become profitable in this market. So hope you guys are enjoying this. Hope you're enjoying and hope you're following what exactly I'm trying to communicate with you here. Because once you do not eliminate some of these errors, trust me, you'll never be profitable in this market. So basically, this is what I'm looking at for the day. So in case of any questions, you can always jump into the comments, type in a question that you might be having about this particular movement that I'm trying to call out for this day. Because as I've told you, it usually happens at least 50% of the times as I trade this particular strategy. I've been trading this particular strategy roughly for about a year now, and I must say this is actually what turned me profitable in this forex market. I choose only one pair to trade, and that is the Euro USD. I was able to actually finally become profitable because I followed this particular pair to basically understand how exactly it moves, the kind of turns it makes, and when it makes these turns. So once I go to master these movements, then I basically turn profitable. But for you, if you're looking at maybe 5, 10, others have even 20 pairs. If you are looking at all these pairs, chances of you actually winning on all those pairs will be very minimal. Try and look out for that one pair that you're going to follow religiously, get to understand how exactly it moves, and then from there you'll be able to turn profitable. But if you do not do this, definitely profitability is going to be very hard to come by on your side. So basically, this is it. And maybe the other thing to add on to this is the fact that usually I look for this sweep, for this particular sweep, or for these takeouts, for example, this level or this particular level. I look for those levels to be taken out at least, guys, mark this very well, at least between 2 a.m. New York time to 10:59 a.m. So that's the time I'm looking at. Guys, excuse me just a bit. Let me come briefly. Excuse me for that. Yeah, so basically, I'm trying to look at between 2 a.m. New York time up to about 10:59 a.m. New York time. That's the time I want to actually see those sweeps happen. If the sweep happens past that time, then I'm no longer interested in that market move for the day. So you also need to put this into into consideration, because with price, time is very, very important. We must be looking at what time certain things do happen. So for the sweep, I look at between 2 a.m. to 10:59 a.m. New York time. So that's the time for the sweep. And then for the entry, I can enter from 2 a.m. up to about basically 8:30 New York time. So you should be putting these into consideration, because this is what is going to make you profitable. I've monitored this over a number of times, and I've found certain things to be happening at certain times in the market. So basically, this is my overview for the day. In case you do have some questions, please do not hesitate leaving them down in the comment section, because I would so much love to actually get to know exactly what you think, or maybe even what you feel about these live streams, because it's definitely something we are trying out on the channel to basically try and share with you, our audience, what exactly we are looking at. This is something that I really, really want to be sharing with you guys on a daily basis. So, in case of any comments you might be having on this, please go ahead, leave them down in the comment section. Otherwise, remember to always manage your risk very well, because if you do not manage your risk, you will not turn profitable as well. So, keep your risk management in check. Do not make those execution errors, like maybe instead of maybe one lot, you enter 5 lots. That's over risking, that's over leveraging your account. You do not want to do this. You have to keep your account in the required, parameters. Once you do this, you'll stay afloat. You'll always stay profitable in this market, guys. So in case of any questions, go ahead, leave them in the comment section. In case you found this live stream very interesting to you, or if you found it beneficial, please go ahead, give it a like, because this as well also helps out the channel. So without further ado, let's call this a wrap. Let me wish you a nice day of trading. Hope you've understood those levels. So the level I'm looking at, as I told you, the level I'm looking at is this particular level right here, which is one. It's basically, let me put a mark here, because I would want you guys to mark this very well, so that you know exactly the turning points we're looking at. So the first turning point we said was 1.08107. Then the other turning point is 1.08333. So those are the two turning points. I expect price to react all of those levels. So once it has reacted, it would go in the other direction. So remember that it's 10 pip stop loss when you end making your entry. Personally, that's what I do, because this is like a mechanical way of trading. I follow strict rules. I do not bend any of these rules. So I usually use a 10 pip stop loss. And then over time, I've also realized that price, usually on average, when it comes to the Euro USD, on average, it moves roughly about 30 pips on a daily. So that is on average. I'm not saying it might not go up to 50 or 60 or even 80 pips, but roughly it's roughly around 30 pips on a daily. So that's my take profit. I always target 30 pips in the market. So basically, this is it. So have a good day trading, guys. Bye.